Gosh darn it, somebody hit my mailbox again. It's always knocked over. Oh wait, that's how it's supposed to be. No, seriously. Hello everybody, this is Bench85. Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 on Westby here. This is our third episode, I want to say. And I gotta say, if I come around here, I'm definitely enjoying using the smaller roller. I mean, I know it takes, you know, twice the time, but I'm not really missing anything. If I go here, you'll notice I rolled these two fields with that roller. See how very little things got missed, whereas these have all the little spots and stuff in it. Not so good. I mean, I'm gonna get little bits here and there on the outside because it's not a nice smooth edge, but that's not a big deal. It's not gonna hurt anything. This guy's pretty good. Pretty good at what he's doing, but he's going to be doing it for a while. So it is day... Wow, there's a lot of stones down here. It is day 3 of June, because day 1 was planting and stuff like that. Getting the soybeans in. I'm still rolling the last of it. I also dug... If you didn't notice, I dug these two fields here. So we still got grass over here, but these are going to be wheat fields. But then yesterday, day 2, it rained. Had to deal with the rain. So today we're going to start doing hay. Something I'm kind of excited for. Now I got to make sure we're cutting this properly. I don't know if there's a way to know. I forget what the colors are. Is it in here? It's things I should know, right? Let's see here. Production revamp, no. Course play, crop rotation. Precision farm, no. It's not in precision farming. It would be in MaizePlus. Just for the heck of it here. If I do without, if I mark it as without conditioner, I think that's what we're supposed to be in. Because it looks greener. I don't know. We're probably going to have to figure out if we messed it up, right? So the difference is, if you didn't know, most mowers nowadays, or any sort of discobine, haybine, whatever you're using, have a conditioner built in. Basically, there's a... It's either using like little fingered wheels, or generally it's rollers up inside there that... they crimp the stems to make it dry faster. It's generally something that you utilize if you want the crop to dry down better. When it comes to alfalfa, obviously this looks like hay, but that is actually a point or a part of MaizePlus, because there's 4 different dryness levels of hay when you're cutting it. There's going to be the straight up green grass, like freshly mowed. Then there's the conditioner portion, which should be the second stage, and then you can tether it into the third stage, or you can tether it straight into the fourth stage, which is dry, depending on how you want to do it. I think it's more so for like gameplay from where you're at, because like over in the UK and stuff like that, I know they tether it usually multiple times. I know some of the bigger farms around here, sometimes they'll use tethers. We never did. It was something we never had to do, because we just let things dry and we would just rake stuff. But we also weren't pushing the acres that some of the big farms would have to run. So I think sometimes you tether it just to try to speed things up because you just have so many acres to cover. But we're going to use this type of mower because I originally bought, I don't know if you remember in the previous episode, I bought a different style mower that had the front and then the wings, and this tractor here does not have a front PTO. So there's no way for it to cut things with the front mower. It would just sit there and look pretty. So we switched to one that doesn't have a gap in the middle. This is just a straight up mower, just straight across. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these two fields down first. We're going to see how things go here. I have no idea how much we're going to need, but we're not baling this. We are going to be chopping this into haylage, and it's actually going to be haylage. Like, it's one thing that I wanted so badly in previous games, previous versions of Farming Simulator, and it's finally here thanks to MaizePlus and the food editions portions of it. So I mean, I guess it would make more sense for me to explain that when I'm actually doing stuff, right? Right now we're just watching me go back and forth and up and down and all that good stuff. So let me do that on my own, and we'll talk about that as we progress through here. Alright, I figured before we do the other field, we should make sure we have the mower in the correct stage. So for tether stage, like I said, you can do it on each step if you want. So base game just takes you wherever it is all the way to base game hay, dry. Condition should be the first stage. If you did a mower that wasn't conditioned, it should just kick it to conditioned. Then you've got semi-dry, which is like the third step per se. And then you've got hay, which is the final step. And it makes sense now that I think about it, that what it says on there is going to be what it's actually supposed to be. So I'm guessing, yep, so only the green stuff is going to be changed, and everything else just kind of goes to there. So now we know everything's in the right place. It's supposed to be that type. I can put the tether away because I'm not going to use it. We never raked, we never tethered anything that we were going to chop into haylage. So I'm going to switch this back, park it, get the mower back out, and go cut that other field. And probably check in on my other guy out there that's rolling away, right? There we go. Park that back in there. Look at that chopper. Excited to use that chopper. Whoop. Oh, there we go. Alright, she's all filled up. So we have silage additive on here. That's something that we haven't really played with. It's supposed to expand out the amount that we get. Like, you get better efficiency or something like that. I don't know. Let's unfold this guy out. Let's grab one of our wagons here that we purchased. I haven't windrowed those together yet. It is the next morning. Just kind of worked out that way. Is that close enough? Apparently not. Ideally, when you're chopping, you want it right behind the what would it be called? The pipe. Just like that. So let's explain haylage, right? I brought this up. Why are we dealing with haylage? Why is it such a big deal? Well, with MaizePlus, that disc is sitting right through. Don't mind the disc that's reaching through there. Let's see. We should be able to... oh, I can't switch it because I don't have anything attached to it. Let me... Just for temporary purposes, let's grab the truck and hook up to it, because then we can actually switch the different recipes. Alright, so MaizePlus's idea of this is that we're going to try to make things more realistic, right? So instead of like the base game, where everything becomes the same silage. Alright, now we can see things that are going on there. We can pull it out of here anyways. Just to make it easier. Now let's see here. Let's mix. Alright, let's go to here. So this is your base mix, I want to say. So if you go here, you're going to have that 20 to 75% of what they call whole crop silage or regular silage. And then hay, and then straw, and then mineral feed. Mineral feed isn't required, straw isn't required, that's why the minimums are 0. Alright, so that's your basic in-game, like, regular one, alright? Then they go to this crazy, this one right here. Now you notice the only ones that are requirements are grass silage and maize silage, so maize would be your corn silage. But basically this allows you to make it realistic, because you can put any different mix item, stuff like that. So it allows you to make your own mixes, right? Well, besides this, MaizePlus, I also have MaizePlus animal feed extension or whatever it is. And that allows me to actually adjust recipes, alright? So this is listed as beef cattle. That's not one I did. Young stock. This is a mix that I actually handmade based off of what we were using on the farm. So you see here, everything has a requirement. There's a minimum for everything, right? So if we start from the bottom, you've got 15 to 40% hay. Okay, that's going to be your baled hay. That's pretty normal. And you got 10 to 50% of maize silage, which is corn silage, alright? Then you're going to have 30 to 75% grass silage, which is considered haylage. So we're going to need a decent amount of haylage. And then you have CCM, which is called corn cob mix, or corn cob, yeah, I think it's corn cob mixture or whatever. It's high moisture corn. It's something that we'll get into later on. We've also got mineral feed. So that's your minerals. I decided to put that in there because it was actually pretty common for us to actually include some sort of mineral into it. And then soybeans, because soy is a very good protein mix. So we're going to be required to put a little bit of soybeans into this mix. It's going to be an interesting mix, right? So ignore the fact that it's not, that it says young stock, because I can't change that recipe name. This is the recipe I built. And then this one should be the other one for basically young stock. Dairy cattle it says, but this is young stock. So you've got hay, corn silage, haylage, and then you also have the high moisture corn. So it takes out the soybeans, the high protein, because you need the protein to make milk, because milk has got a decent amount of protein in it. And then it also takes out the minerals. So if we come back around, I don't even know what this one was designed to be. Oh, this is pig food. So you got sugar beets, molasses, potato, and then you got minerals, and then you got CCM. So that's just if you want to make some sort of a pig feed with it. Alright, so here we are. This is our first time making silage, right? I just realized we don't have enough tractor. This is going to be a problem. Let me get this going. See if I can grab the correct item. It's this one, right? Yep, so it's up and down. Oh, it looks like it's going to chop pretty fast, actually. So you see the silage additive goes down very slowly, and what it's doing is it's increasing our yield, basically. I think I missed a spot. I was not watching where I was driving. Alright, so it is showing us grass conditioned. I get this big chunk here. I did miss the spot right on the corner there, didn't I? It's a little harder to work with, you know? I'm trying to figure out the best turns that you can make. And unfortunately, with this tractor that we're using, the turning radius isn't as good as it could be. It is if you hold, you know, your steering down far enough. This is going to be a lot of silage on this field, isn't it? Or haylage, I should say. Yeah, we're getting there. 64%. Luckily with hayfields, though, you cover a lot of ground taking the headlands off, and then all of a sudden there's not as much left when you get to the end. I missed a couple of spots there too. Well, we'll probably have bigger stuff at some point here. We'll have to see how well corn silage gets made out, right? Alright, so she is full. Try to back her up a little bit here. Should be able to shut down the chopper for now. We're going to disconnect that and just kind of bring this forward. I'm going to shut it down for now. So for now, here's the problem we're going to run into, and I'll explain this. I could be putting this stuff into the bunkers. Although I don't know if those bunkers work properly because I think they're the map ones. They may not work for MaizePlus, so they may not accept the items. I had to change the configs a bit to get the... Oh, I don't need those plugged, or that hooked up. I had to change the configs in order to get the stave silos to utilize the MaizePlus items. So yeah, we've definitely got ourselves a lot of haylage sitting here, and I also cut the field over there. So I guess we're gonna have to see what we have to work with, because I think like 10 of these or 12 of these wagons will fill up a silo. We'll have to see. I would prefer to use the stave silos, but I know you can utilize the other silos much better. Simply because there's more room. You can use the auto unloading stuff. It just makes for a better process, I think. But let me get this over to the silo and let me grab, I'm gonna have to buy, let me look here. This is stuff that we have. What I'm looking for is miscellaneous. It requires, it doesn't say. Let's go under miscellaneous. I guess it doesn't have a horsepower requirement. So, is there anything on sale? Small tractor. There's a big 9250 on sale. There's also a diesel fuel trailer. So we just get like a small tractor, like on the bigger end. Maximum, we could get I don't mind a small T6. I guess that's the smallest New Holland we can get. But it's got the front PTO, so we could switch to something if we needed to do something like that. That adds $1,500. I think we're just going to keep it stock right now. 125 horse. Yeah. Because now we're down to $5,000. It's a cute little tractor, but we can definitely use it for small things, especially once we start getting the animal stuff going. But this is the important part right here. So we got to get this blower here set up. And I was told this was the ideal ones for, oops, make sure I can drive properly, for the stave silos, for this farm, or this this map. It's like the ideal thing we need to work with. So we're gonna find out. So we're gonna utilize this farm here. I wonder if the bales actually go up into there. So how specific do we need to be? Is there an actual like connection? We're doing so good here. So that would be like right where the pipe is. If you ask me, that should be like, oh yeah, we're gonna connect here. So there's no way for me to like start it up. Doesn't seem like. Unless I missed a connection here. I don't know. Let's go get our wagon here. And I guess we'll see if we can make this work, right? This guy's getting pretty low on fuel. And deaf. I'm gonna have to do something about that. But at least we got all the fields rolled. We're starting to get our haylage taken off here. Hopefully we can get it to work in these silos. If not, we're probably just gonna have to put it in the bunkers and make that work. But as far as I know, this should work because I really want to use the stave silos, especially for winter time. Like even if I only use it across the winter when things are getting like we got more and more animals, because obviously when you're dealing with the winter time, you're dealing with snow and stuff. Should probably hook that up. Oops. Not supposed to hit the other tractor. This might honestly be the wrong tractor for doing this. See, if you ask me, If I do this, so now it's listed under unloading here. Oops, now I ran into it. If I do this. Oh, right there. Question is it going into the production stuff? Is it working? Because production tab would be here. Oh, it looks like we're getting stuff in here. 3,000. Oh yeah, look at that. It's sending it right up. I don't know if you can see that. It's sending it right up the tube. Oh, that looks so cool. It's coming forward like it should. We've got grass condition going into here. Oh, so it does want to be semi-dry. So if we activate this, it's going to start processing, right? It's going to turn it into, oh, it is going into grass silage, isn't it? Somebody told me that you had to do both of those. But this one, it says it's missing that. But you have to wait for it, like it actually takes time processing this. So it looks like we can fit, oh, we could fit like 375,000 of silage and then 375,000 of the haylage or whatever, waiting for it to process, right? And then when we take stuff out, we can just process some more and do it that way. That's interesting. This setup would definitely be ideal for multiple people running the map, working the map. But you know, it is what it is. But this is like the first step. Like we're getting haylage made. We're gonna have it waiting, processed, and when we get animals, we can then feed it. Because like I said, there's 3 items we need for young stock to do the TMR mix. We need the haylage, we need the hay, baled hay, and then we need CCM. Cob meal or corn cob meal, corn cob mix, whatever you want to call it. I prefer to call it high moisture corn. Because that's what we called it. Can you hook? No, I don't think you can hook more than one wagon up. But I think I'm going to take the time to actually we're just going to shut that down for now. I'm going to take the time to fill both wagons and then bring them up and I'll unload them both at the same time, and I'm just basically going to have a bunch of haylage here to process, and we'll see where things go. But I think time-wise we're already at that point where we're going to need to be thinking about ending this episode here. It's been a process. Like everything here is going to be a process. There's going to be a lot of time involved. It's going to be fun. I left the planter out because we're going to be planting. I don't know why I stopped here. I got to go down a little ways. We'll hook the chopper up and start chopping again. This guy will probably be needed somewhere over here. Yeah, these are listed as whole crop bunkers. So these bunkers are actually not usable for us. So the question is, does that mean Dang, they're worth $120,000. Like, I can sell these for 120 each. Is that right? They're these right here. Whereas if you get to MaizePlus here, you got the small one, you got this one, got a manure heap, then you got this one, which I believe is also that. So you're gonna have to utilize these bunker silos here. So you could fit, you know, a bunch of them or whatever here. I could also adjust the bunker silos. So these are like, I'm not sure what that one's for. But we'll have to figure something out at some point here to make that work out. Not a big deal, right? But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have to wrap things up here. We might look at baling next episode. Apparently I had a little bit of silage left in the machine. But yeah, we're gonna have to look at getting hay. Hay bales, so that'll be one of the next things that we're gonna require, or gonna be required. Once we have all three items, we can actually buy and start working up some young stock, and that's something that I want to start on. Obviously we're not going to be set up for dairy straight out of the gate, but at least we can get some young stock and start growing them up, right? We can either do it with calves or we can get heifers, depending on the money, and or a little mix of both, and then the heifers will turn into dairy cows in a shorter time. I mean, honestly, difference-wise between dairy and the younger stock, feed-wise, is going to be the minerals and the soybeans, and we've got soybeans growing, so it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal. So, but yeah, I'm going to keep working on this. Thank you guys all for watching, and until next time, as always, take it easy.